A woman named Priya spent 3 years preparing for her dream job interview. She studied, she practiced, she was ready. And in the interview, she said 7 words that ended everything.
7 words.
I have been working since 3 years.
The interviewer smiled politely, moved on, and hired someone else.
Not because Priya wasn't qualified, not because her experience was wrong, because those 7 words told the interviewer one thing instantly. This person's English is not at the level this job requires.
And here is what is terrifying about this. Priya had been studying English for over a decade. She knew the present perfect tense. She knew what she wanted to say, but she chose the wrong word. One word.
Since, or for. 3 letters versus 2 letters, and the difference between them is not what your textbook told you.
Because your textbook gave you a list of rules to memorize. And memorizing a list is not the same as understanding the logic.
Today, we are going to show you the logic, not the list, the logic. And once you see it, you will never confuse these 2 words again, ever.
We are going to show you the hidden system behind since and for. We're going to take you into the danger zone, the traps that even advanced speakers fall into, and we're going to give you a real conversation at the end that locks everything in.
I'm Aria, he's Leo, this is he versus she. Let's go.
Before we go deeper, if this kind of real English analysis is what you've been looking for, hit subscribe right now and like this video. It tells YouTube that this content matters, and it means we can keep making it.
And trust me, by the end of this episode, you will want to share it with every English learner you know. So, Leo, let me ask you something. What do most teachers say about since and for?
They say use for with a period of time, use since with a point in time.
Right. For 3 years, since 2021, for 6 months, since Monday.
And that is correct as far as it goes.
But
it does not tell you why. And when you only know the what without the why, you make mistakes like Priya made.
because Priya knew the rule, she just could not apply it in the moment, under pressure.
Exactly. And here's why. The textbook rule is a surface rule. It describes the pattern. It does not explain the logic underneath the pattern. And logic is what your brain can hold under pressure. A list, your brain drops under pressure.
So what is the logic?
I want you to imagine two things. First, imagine a pin, a single pin pressed into a map, marking one specific location, one exact spot.
Okay, I can see that.
Now imagine a ruler measuring the distance between 2 points, not a single spot, a stretch, a length, a duration.
Oh, that is interesting.
Imagine a pin. Since is the pin. It marks the exact point where something began, a specific moment in time, 2019, last Tuesday, the day I started this job. One pin, one location on the timeline.
And 4 is the ruler?
4 is the ruler. It measures the length of time that has passed. 3 years, 6 months, 10 days, a long time, a short time. It's always a measurement, never a location.
Impressive. So the question you ask yourself is, am I pointing at a moment or am I measuring a stretch of time?
Exactly that. Pin or ruler, location or length. That's the whole system.
Okay, let me try this. I have been studying English for 10 years.
Perfect. Why did you choose 4?
Because 10 years is a measurement, a length. I'm not pointing at a specific moment. I'm measuring the stretch of time.
Excellent. Now try with since.
I have been studying English since 2014.
And why since?
Because 2014 is a pin, a specific point on the timeline. I'm saying here, right here on the map, that's where it began.
You have it. That's the system. And now, let's test it. I'm going to give you 4 sentences. Tell me which is correct.
Let's go.
Sentence 1. She has lived in London for 2019.
For 2019? No. 2019 is a pin, a specific point. That needs since. She has lived in London since 2019.
Correct. Sentence 2. He has been waiting since 40 minutes.
Since 40 minutes? That doesn't sound right either. 40 minutes is a measurement, a length of time. That needs for. He has been waiting for 40 minutes.
You are getting this faster than most of my students. Sentence 3. I have known her since a long time.
Since a long time. A long time is not a pin. It's not a specific point. It's a vague measurement. So, for a long time.
Correct. And this one is a very common trap. Even intermediate speakers write since a long time because it sounds almost right, but a long time is not a point. It's a duration. Ruler, not pin.
And the last one?
They have been married for their wedding day.
Their wedding day is a specific moment, a pin on the map, a point in time. So, since their wedding day.
Perfect score. You see, the logic works. You don't need to memorize anything. You just ask one question every time.
Pin or ruler?
Pin or ruler?
Leo, can I ask something that's been bothering me for a while?
Always.
Can you ask something that's been bothering me for a while?
Always.
We keep using the present perfect tense with since and for. I have been waiting, she has lived, they have been married. Is that a rule? Do since and for always need the present perfect?
That is a brilliant question, and the answer is no, but also mostly yes. And the reason why is actually more interesting than the grammar itself.
Of course it is. Explain.
Think about what since and for are doing. They are connecting the past to the present. They are saying something started back there and it's still true right now, today, in this moment.
Like a bridge between then and now.
Exactly like a bridge, and the present perfect tense is the only tense in English that is specifically designed to build that bridge. Past simple closes the door. I waited for an hour. Finished. Done. Over. But I have been waiting for an hour, still happening, still open, still connected to now.
So since and for naturally pull the present perfect toward them because they're both doing the same job, connecting past to present.
The tense and the time expressions are working as a team. Remove one, the whole structure loses its meaning.
So when someone says, I was living here since 2019 using past simple,
they have broken the bridge. Past simple with since creates a logical contradiction. Since says still connected to now. Past simple says finished and closed. The two cannot coexist.
that actually makes so much sense. It's not just a grammar rule, it's a logic problem.
English grammar is almost always a logic problem. Once you find the logic, the rule takes care of itself.
Okay, I want to talk about something that really surprised me when I first moved to, when I first started watching a lot of American content versus British content, because since and for sound slightly different depending on where you are.
This is a real and important distinction. Let's go through it.
So in British English, the present perfect with since and for is almost mandatory in everyday conversation. A British speaker would almost never say, "Did you eat yet?" They would say, "Have you eaten yet?"
Correct. In British English, any action that connects to the present moment even slightly uses the present perfect. It's considered more precise, more grammatically careful.
But in American English,
American English is far more relaxed about this. An American speaker might say, "I just ate," using past simple, even though the eating just happened and they're still full right now. The connection to the present is implied, not grammatically marked.
so in American English, you might hear, "I didn't see him since Tuesday," instead of, "I haven't seen him since Tuesday."
You might, and in casual American speech, that is broadly understood and accepted. But in formal writing, in academic English, in IELTS and TOEFL, in professional emails, the British standard applies globally. Present perfect with since and for, non-negotiable.
So if you're learning English for professional or academic purposes, follow the British standard always.
And if you're watching American television and you hear past simple with since, do not panic. Do not copy it in your writing. Understand it, but do not reproduce it in formal contexts.
Basically, understand both, use the British version when it counts.
Precisely.
And now, the part of every episode that makes our viewers slightly nervous.
The danger zone.
These are the traps, the mistakes that do not feel like mistakes, the errors that even advanced English speakers, people who've been studying for years, still make regularly.
Trap number 1. Since with a duration word.
Give me an example.
I have been feeling tired since a few days.
Since a few days. That feels almost right. I could see why people say that.
And that is exactly why it is dangerous. A few days sounds specific, but it is not a point. It is not a pin on the map. It's a vague measurement of duration. It is a ruler, not a pin. The correct version?
I have been feeling tired for a few days.
Correct. The rule, if the time expression answers the question, how long, use for. If it answers the question, starting when, use since. How long, ruler. Starting when, pin.
How long, starting when? That is a really clean test.
Trap number 2, since followed by a clause and getting the tense wrong inside the clause.
Show me.
I have improved a lot since I have started this course.
Since I have started. Wait, that does not sound right either, but I cannot immediately say why.
Because the clause after since, when since introduces a full clause, uses the past simple, not the present perfect. The correct version is, I have improved a lot since I started this course.
So the main clause uses present perfect, but the since clause uses past simple.
Exactly. The since clause marks the starting point, the pin, and starting points are fixed in the past. Past simple for the pin, present perfect for the ongoing bridge.
So the two tenses are actually working together. Present perfect in the main clause, past simple in the since clause.
You're thinking like a linguist now.
Don't tell my old English teacher. She'd be shocked.
Trap number 3, and this one is the most subtle, using for when the action is no longer continuing.
Explain that one carefully.
I have lived in Dubai for 3 years.
That sounds correct to me.
It is correct if you still live in Dubai right now, but if you moved away last month, if the action is finished, then you cannot use the present perfect at all. You must say, I lived in Dubai for 3 years. Past simple, because the bridge is gone. The connection to the present no longer exists.
So the present perfect with for is only valid, only grammatically honest, if the situation is still true right now.
If you close the door, you must change the tense. The tense must reflect reality. English is precise about this in a way that many other languages simply aren't.
So every time you use I have something, for or since, you must ask yourself one question before you speak.
Is this still true right now?
Is this still true right now? If yes, present perfect with for or since. If no, past simple with for, and since disappears entirely.
That's the complete system.
Okay, Leo, I want to talk about something that nobody ever covers in grammar lessons: the fixed expressions, the idioms, the phrases where since and for behave in ways that surprise even advanced learners.
Good instinct, because this is where fluency lives. Anyone can learn the pin and ruler rule, but native-level English means knowing how these words live inside real phrases.
Let's start with for good.
For good, meaning permanently, forever, with no intention of returning. She left that job for good. He quit smoking for good. Notice, no time measurement here. For good is a fixed idiom. The word for here is not measuring duration. It has been absorbed into a completely new meaning.
So if someone says, I'm leaving this city for good, they don't mean they're leaving for a good reason.
They mean they're leaving permanently, never coming back. The for here is idiomatic, frozen. Don't try to apply the ruler logic to it.
What about since when?
Since when, used as a question, is almost always expressing surprise or disbelief. Since when do you care about grammar? It's not really asking for a time. It's challenging someone, questioning their behavior, a rhetorical device.
My mother used to say that to me constantly. Since when do you wake up before noon?
Exactly that register. Slightly confrontational, always rhetorical. Never a genuine request for a starting date.
And ever since. I love this one.
Ever since is since with emotional weight added. It means from that moment right up until now, continuously, without interruption, and I want you to feel the full length of that time. Ever since I watched that film, I have been afraid of the dark. The ever stretches the since. It makes the duration feel longer, more significant, more felt.
So since tells you where the pin is, and ever since makes you feel how far the ruler stretches from that pin.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Pin and ruler working together in one phrase.
And one more, for the time being.
For the time being means for now, temporarily, until something changes. We are using this office for the time being. Again, a frozen expression. The for is not measuring a specific duration, it's signaling temporarity, impermanence, a situation that exists now but will not last.
So the message is learn the core logic first, pin versus ruler, then learn the fixed expressions separately, because idioms don't always follow the logic.
Language has a system, and language has exceptions that have grown beyond the system. Master both.
Okay, now let's put everything together. This is the moment where all the rules stop being rules and start being real English. Leo, let's do a short conversation, a job interview role play, and I want everyone watching to listen for every since and for and notice exactly why each one is used.
Ready when you are.
So tell me about your experience in marketing.
I've been working in digital marketing for 6 years. I started in social media strategy, and since joining my current company, I've led 3 major campaigns.
And how long have you been in your current role specifically?
I have been head of content for 2 years. Since taking that position, our engagement rate has grown by over 200%.
Impressive. Have you always worked in the tech sector?
Not always. I worked in print media for 4 years before moving into digital, but I've been focused exclusively on tech brands since 2019, and honestly, I haven't looked back since.
I love that last one. I haven't looked back since. No time reference after since at all.
Because sometimes since stands alone at the end of a sentence. It refers back to the moment already mentioned, 2019, without repeating it. The pin has already been placed. Since simply points back to it.
That's advanced English. That's the kind of natural fluency that makes interviewers lean forward.
Let's lock it in, fast and clean.
Rule 1. Since is the pin, a specific point in time. 2019, last Monday, the day we met.
Rule 2, for is the ruler, a measured duration, 3 years, 6 months, a long time.
Rule 3, both almost always travel with the present perfect tense because they connect past to present.
Rule 4, when since introduces a clause, the clause uses the past simple, since I started, not since I have started.
Rule 5, only use present perfect with for and since if the situation is still true right now. If it's finished, switch to past simple. Drop since entirely.
And Rule 6, learn the fixed expressions separately. For good, ever since when, for the time being. These live outside the system.
Okay, now your homework, and we read every single comment, every one.
We want you to write 2 sentences in the comments below. 1 sentence using since, 1 sentence using for. But here's the condition.
Your sentences must be about your own real life, your real experience, your real story, not a textbook example. Tell us something true about yourself using these 2 words.
And if you want a bonus challenge, write a 3rd sentence using ever since and make us feel the emotion behind it.
We'll be reading every comment, and if we see a really beautiful sentence, we're going to feature it in our next episode.
So make it count.
That's everything for today. Priya, if you're watching this somewhere, this episode was for you. Go get that job.
And to everyone else watching, you now understand something that most English learners never figure out, not because they're not smart enough, but because nobody explained the logic.
You have the logic now. Pin or ruler, starting when or how long. Use it.
Next week, we're going to a place that confuses almost every English learner at every level. You won't want to miss it.
I'm Aria.
And I'm Leo.
This is He versus She. One language, 2 perspectives, total mastery.